Good afternoon, everybody. This is Ed, and this is Let's Cook It. Today, I'm not making a main dish, I'm making a dessert. Now, it's a little variation of something that I found online. What it involves is a flour and brown sugar and white sugar base, and I'm going to put dark sweet cherries and peach slices on top of that. The fruit goes on the top, not on the bottom. It's not like a crisp or anything like that. So anyway, let's put the camera down here, put it on the mixing bowl. Now what you want to do, it takes a 1 cup of all-purpose flour, so you put that in the bowl there. A 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of white sugar, put that in the bowl. You want 2 teaspoons of baking powder, not baking soda, put that in the bowl. Now what you're going to do is just mix this all together. I hope everybody is having a great day. I know I have. I'm still on vacation. I got outside a little bit, got to enjoy the sunshine. Rich and I went thrifting. He found a few items that he's going to put up for sale on various platforms. All right, so that looks like everything, all the dry ingredients are pretty well combined. And this is going to go into a 9x9 or 8x8 greased baking dish. All right, this also uses a 3/4 cup of milk, which is going to go in here. And you're going to give that a little stir. And it's going to be a little bit heavy, but that is to be expected. It also uses a teaspoon of vanilla, which if you're me, means 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I love vanilla, so I put a little extra in about everything that I make. There's 1. There's 2, maybe a little bit more than that. You give that a stir. And to this, you're going to add a 1/2 cup of melted butter, which is 1 stick, which I already have this on the stove. So, the melted butter is going to go into that. There's the melted butter. You want to give this a stir. Now, since this has a significant amount of sugar in it, I don't think you're going to have to add extra sugar to the fruit you're going to use. You can if you want to. That's totally up to you. I bought a bag of frozen cherries, 16 ounces, and a bag of frozen peach slices, also 16 ounces. So that looks pretty good mixed up. Here's the baking dish. You just want to pour this into the bottom. Kind of level that out a little bit. Now, probably what I should do is kind of mix the cherries and the peaches together. Let me get another bowl. I did not drain this fruit. I just thawed it out. There's the peach slices, Kroger brand, private selection, cherries. Okay. We're just going to stir this together. Oh, let me move that out so you can see what I'm doing. I guess you can make this from frozen. I just had it thawed out so I could use it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna have one of these cherries. That's pretty good. Let's have the peach. That's good too. Now, hang on folks. I noticed that this has a lot of juice in it, and I don't want this to be really wet. So I'm just going to take a slotted spoon and scoop the fruit out of there, drain it a little bit, and just place it on top, kind of spread it out as you go. You know, I found out over the years that cooking really isn't an art form, you know. At least for me it's not, and I think some people might disagree with it. But it doesn't have to be perfect, and I think that you make what you like. If it turns out good and everybody likes it and you like it, most definitely it's all right. You cook the way you want to cook. Almost done putting the fruit in. I think this is going to turn out really well. You can also use any kind of fruit you like. I was thinking maybe raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, a combination of all of those. Yep, I think the juice is best left out so it doesn't get too soggy and too heavy, because it's probably not going to be one of those dishes where the liquid evaporates in the oven. Let's get this 9 by 9 brownie dish, is what I call it, into the shot. This also says once you put the fruit on there, you want to sprinkle some cinnamon. Guess it looks a little heavy, but that's okay. I like cinnamon. I'm debating on whether or not to put extra sugar on the top. I'm not going to do it because I think the tartness of the fruit is going to kind of offset how sugary the bottom layer is going to be, with the brown sugar and the white sugar being really sweet and sugary anyway. I don't think you're going to have to add anything additional as far as sweetness goes. I don't know how this would be made as a sugar-free version. I suppose you could try it. I don't know what the measurements would be with that. But anyway, this isn't a sugar-free version. So anyway, I'm going to put this in a 400-degree oven. And the directions say about 30 minutes or until golden brown. Now, I wonder how you're going to tell whether the bottom part is golden brown. So what I'm going to do is, when it bubbles, to me, that seems like it's going to be ready to take out of the oven. And we'll let it cool a little bit. Put some whipped topping on there because I think that's going to be really good on this. I think vanilla ice cream would be another good addition, or strawberry ice cream, anything like that, kind of fruit flavored sherbet I think would be good too. All right, I'm going to put the video on pause. I'm going to get it into that little oven back there. Where's my finger? There it is, pointing to the little oven. Handy dandy little thing for anything that doesn't require a big pan. All right, everybody, I'll be back in a little bit. Stay tuned and bye for now. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Ed and this is Let's Cook It. The cherry peach dessert has just come out of the oven. Well, not just come out of the oven. I said about 30 minutes so it could cool off a little bit. And we are going to put the camera down there so you can see it. Now, I cooked it in that little oven that I had mentioned earlier. It tends to run a little bit hot, a little bit hotter than a regular oven. So I took it out because it looked like it was getting a little bit too brown. And it looks like there's some places that might be a little bit not quite done. I think that's going to be fine. So let's go ahead and cut into it. And maybe it's supposed to be like that. I don't know. So let's get some of that fruit out of there. Some of those cherries, some of those peaches. Let's move this over. That's not very much for this great big bowl, but that's all right. Now let's put some Ready Whip on top of it. You can't go wrong with Ready Whip. And because I got this, let's do this. That's actually, I kind of think a requirement when you buy this whip topping in a can. Spray it in your mouth. So let's get a bite of this. Here's a bite of that. I really like this. That crust turned out perfectly. So let's get a little bite of it with the Ready Whip. Oh, come on. And one of those peaches. I think this turned out very well. And not adding sugar to the fruit is perfect because it's still a little bit tart. And with the brown sugar and the white sugar already in the bottom of the mixture, I think that's good enough. It's sweet enough. Wow. Another bite. Okay, so my thoughts on this. Probably bake it in a regular oven, just because it might get a little bit more done. I don't know. I like it the way it is, though. I think it's got a really good taste in the addition of the cinnamon before we put it in the oven. I think that really adds to it. And it's sort of like, the crust is sort of the consistency of kind of like a banana bread. I don't know, the way it baked up. Maybe that's just me. However, I would make it again. Now I will tell you, the fruit is still a little bit crunchy, and that's okay. I think that's fine. I'd rather have it that way instead of mushy. So I think it's okay to go ahead and use fresh fruit, or the bagged frozen fruit. I think is just as easy, and it's just as good to do that. It saves you a couple steps. You don't have to wash, slice, cut everything, all that. All right. So I'm definitely going to have this recipe in the description. And if you guys decide to make it, let me know. If you decide to use another kind of fruit, let me know about that. Just use what works best for you, to your taste. I think anything you want to use in this recipe is going to be good. Well, I'm going to get this video uploaded to YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And as always, hit the like, notification bell, and subscribe button. That does help out the channel. And also leave any helpful tips and any recipes you want me to cook. Just leave me a comment, and I may just be able to accommodate you. Yep, this is a keeper. All right, everybody, I'm going to say it. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to taste good. This is Ed. This is Let's Cook It. And I'll see you next time on the channel. Bye for now. Everybody, take care.